So, Nisekoi, episode 15 and 16. 15, or at least episode 15 kind of took a strange turn from last episode with him pretty much talking about, yeah, man, he finally remembers Marika and all the good and all the cool things, man, or at least like how cool, man, she was and how pretty much she used to hang out with her and stuff. And this kind of, and going into that, Raku finally tells Kosaki and Chitoge that pretty much all of them, they used to hang out as kids. They just don't necessarily remember. And they do bring up the whole key thing since they all have keys. However, there is the whole thing of like one of the keys, it may be fake. Especially, now we can kind of already rule out Kosaki's key, like Chitoge's key because hers kind of snapped off in his locket. So there is that. Now, most of this other stuff was kind of cut into Raku actually meeting Marika's father and kind of going through all this other stuff, and Raku practically coming out and saying that honestly he pretty much forgot all about her, and that honestly he likes another girl, in this case Kosaki, because he's known her or at least like he pretty much remembers her the longest. He still cares for Chitoge, or at least like he's starting to. And honestly, he does like Marika just a little bit. He just doesn't remember, and he knew Kosaki longer. And then her father says, "I'm pretty much okay with that." And then kind of goes into the whole thing of Marika trying to pretty much say that, yeah, man, she's gonna be aggressive and try and pull him to her and stuff like that. With that episode pretty much ending off with upon good hopes of them possibly turning this into a thing of him trying of all the girls trying, man, their hardest to try and catch his affection. However, going into episode 16, it was a bit different from most of the other ones though, because it seems more or less like 16 is something brand new, and it did kind of have, did it have a different ending? Actually, yeah, it did. 16 had a different ending. It kind of felt like the ending of an arc in which that the entire episode is just centered around Raku and Kosaki just pretty much hanging out at her house watching the store, and a typhoon breaks in. Her mother leaves, to do some errands, and those two are just practically just in the house with one another. And it slowly kind of turns into a whole thing of like pretty much these two really just enjoy one another's company, and they really don't want to say the wrong thing to make the other person dislike them, but at the same time they want to be bold, but they can't, because they're kind of like two sides of the same coin, And most of this episode was just charming, all the way up into the beginning of how man, he met her mother, and she's joking around, all the way up into how Kosaki, she asks him to come up to her room and they spend some time there, all the way up into the point in which Raku leaves and asks her for her email. All this is really, 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 really charming. However, because it's honestly to the point now in which that it's like, seriously, almost every single girl is just so fucking cute, and pretty much how they are characterized upon how they want about how they want to socialize with Raku, and they want to gain his affection in some way, shape, or form. However, at the same time, it's like, it's so fucking cute, but he has to pick one of them, which is something that is going to end up becoming a thing. I do kind of like the touches when they were looking at the yearbook, and they were going through like how pretty much both of them met. They met their best friends, and such as like how Kosaki, she met Rui. She met her in middle school, and Raku and Shu were just through elementary and kindergarten together. So pretty much those two were just friends for like a long ass while. So there's no changing that, which is something that I do kind of like. But that is pretty much what I got to say about that. I did like this episode a lot. I do think with how the ending went though, it did kind of worry me, as though it was like as that, though. Are they going to be doing something different for the next episode compared to what happened this one, or is it just going to be a whole brand new season or something like that? However, it would be weird if they ended a season on episode 16. But until then, that's pretty much what I got to say about that. What do you guys think about it? Please tell me down there in the comment section. I will catch you on the next John Graves show. So please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I am out.